All right, welcome back to the 1980 Star Basketball Channel. Yesterday was crazy for 101s. There were a bunch of auctions. I was involved. Just a lot of actions. And actually, I'm wondering if this was a small market shift. The reason I say that isn't, I don't think any one price should affect, for the trend or whatnot, or I don't look too much into one sale. With the 101s, there's obviously a very, low pop. So, it does matter. But what just happened a few weeks ago when we had the multiple people on eBay selling all high-end sports cards, Tom Brady's, Fleer 86 Jordans, this Jordan 101, 288s. There's so many sports cards being, back and forth between them. And they came on, to the forums and basically just said straight out, we're doing it for credit card points. There's nothing, wrong with selling it back and forth. Well, obviously, I would think that would be an eBay issue, but eBay, I don't know how it's been dealt with, but the accounts are active. However, it looked like about 2, 3 weeks ago that activity, that buying and selling back and forth between accounts stopped. And it looks like they actually liquidated because there was a whole bunch being liquidated. At one time there was a bunch of 101s. There was a couple PSA 6s and a couple PSA 7s that came up on the same day, and different ones would come up for hours. So it was really, really odd, action. And that seems to have ceased. But what that did, of course, was when you put a whole bunch of these up and people were already well aware, the fact that it basically just it dropped prices. People really backed off the auctions. The people that are involved. So it hit what would be the comp prices, and so people have been really leery, trying to figure out what's going on. Well, like I said, it seems to, I could be wrong, but it just seems to have stopped. But anyway, yesterday was just an absolute explosion for auctions. I've been watching a PWCC auction, and this one actually came up on eBay. This was a 6.5 that sold, and it looks like it sold for, I got an offer on this because I was interested. And so I was watching it, and then I got an offer for 11,000. So I'm assuming it went for right around 11, and maybe 11. But this one I almost got. It's obviously the centering's pretty tough, and it has one, corner that definitely shows, and it does on the back as well. If you look, you can see up in the corner. There's actually right near the 101 above that. There's actually some paper loss. And if you zoom in on the photo, which I won't do here because my phone goes crazy, is that top corner that has white. It has some paper loss as well. But for the price of 11,000, I thought this was a really good pickup. So whoever picked it up, kudos to you. I think this one's strong. I also saw on the forums a PSA 7 got picked up. I don't know the price, but I think people, and I've already heard people say to me that they were looking at this dip as the buying opportunity. So people are picking up. So I wasn't the only one thinking it. Other people are telling me, I think a lot of folks are thinking, any dip in the market to try and get in. So that being said, let's go ahead and go to one of these. Let me throw that away. We'll go ahead and show. This was the one that shocked me the most because this validates a point I was trying to make in one of the forums. So basically looking at 7.5s, I think 7.5 high quality 7.5s are such a great price point. And this one in particular, because I see 7.5s, you can say this, I've seen 7.5s that I say could be 6s, and I've seen 7.5s that are better or just the same as 8.5s. It's just such a range, and it really is, with BGS, you really have to look at the subs, and you really have to look at the card, not the grade, and really kind of say, hey, what do I like? And so really grading being subjective almost squared. First of all, it's a grader, and then it's your preferences. So really there's two people. that are looking at it. But as far as this, this went for a 20,400, and it sold yesterday. And I woke up to this and I looked at it and I was like, wow, totally what I was thinking. Actually, it's a little higher than I was even thinking, but just because of the centering. But strong subs and quality cards will sell for a premium. You have to look in. That's a great way for you to pick up good quality cards, is do not focus on that 7.5. I understand that it matters. I understand people are looking at it. However, do not make it your focus, and you can actually pick up high quality cards at lower costs when you get into these, anything under eights. Anything at an eight or above is going to be a fairly high quality card. I mean, that's just, overall. However, like I said, centering doesn't bother me as much. This one definitely is off. But you have to look at what you like. And again, my big thing is I don't like card damage. That's just a personal preference. Anything, if it's got white on it, it really is something that'll bother me. And since I'm more of a collector, I don't like having that. So I generally tend to get things that are like this. I want really, I want all red. I want to see red on the card. So that's why I thought this one shocked me, but this definitely kind of validates my point in terms of looking at thinking 7.5s are a good pickup. Right, so here, as you can see, this was the one that I have been watching for 10 days. It is not often you get to see a 6.5, so generally half grades by PSA are rare to come by, and obviously 101 being rare in itself, you don't see too many. I haven't even looked up the pop count. I don't kind of care. I really just looked at the card and went, that's really nice. It is a full-sized 101, and it's really hard to find them centered like this top to bottom, and I just thought it was a great copy, and not much of anything touches on the corners, but I was okay with that because they're just touches. Here we can kind of look at it a bit better. You know, edges, everything. There's one spot on the edge, that one corner up there, and then you got that one touch right there, and then touches and touches. So I'm a little okay with touches, but I was just really, this card jumped out at me. And again, kind of tough to get a 6 point, get those half grades. So a 6.5 I thought was just awesome. So I did pick this up, and I picked it up for bum ba da bum. Yeah, it was, I think, 13.5 and then 16.2 with the buyer's premium. So I'll go ahead and finish out this transaction with a PWCC. And the jump over right here, I do know that this one was sold yesterday. So this PSA 6 actually had a sale of 15,000. So or is in the process of selling, but it definitely is getting back into that. The sixes generally were in the 16 price ranges, what I talked about earlier, until all kind of the shenanigans were happening, or odd eBay activity, and that dropped the price really quick because a lot of people backed off. But yeah, people coming in buying the dip, and this looks like with this sale right here. And again, I mentioned that there was one other in the forums. It looks like there was a PSA 7 sale. I can't confirm, but the people are pretty legit who are posting, and was pretty happy. And I did see, it looked like a PSA 8 sale this weekend as well. All private stuff. So again, I can't verify anything, but just a lot of 101 action happening, and it was definitely kind of whirlwind crazy and fun to be involved. So anyway, I thought I would just share, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you at the next video.